Sharper, out on Apple TV Plus, new thriller starring Justice Smith, Brianna Middleton, Sebastian Stan, Julianne Moore, and John Lithgow. It's a film best explored blind because it's, not to reveal too much, it's about con artists who trick other people into believing that there's someone they're not, and using this as a form of way of tricking them and getting money. And in the course of the film, some of them double cross and betray one another, and it's not always clear who's on whose side, what is real, what is made up. And generally speaking, the movie's structure is built in such a way as to fool the audience along with the people being fooled inside of the story. And yeah, some of it really works. There were moments of genuine surprise for me. The entire thing is split into chapters, each focusing on the next character, each revealing the next piece of the puzzle until the entire plot comes together and is revealed in a sort of elegant and fitting way. In some ways, the film reminded me of the earlier Christopher Nolan movies, like a sort of light version of that. Not because there's a gimmick or sci-fi element to it, but because of this sort of feeling of being taken along on a pretty engrossing and very well thought out journey. Each of the chapters has a slightly different vibe and style and even music being used. And I have to say that not all of them are equally good, but there is one, the second chapter in order, which I absolutely adored because it uses synth music and many shots of New York at night. It's sort of grainier and more gritty than the others. And that reminded me of the old gritty American cinema of the 1970s, but also in terms of the atmosphere of the Safdie brothers movies, Good Time and Uncut Gems. Sharper's chapter is not as fast-paced or eclectic as those two movies, but it also does build that dense, overwhelming vibe of the city at night, and I just loved it. The rest of the film never quite rises to that same level of excellence, but it is pretty good nonetheless. I like the performances, I like the way the script was built, some of the cinematography is quite pretty, again, notably during the second chapter. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say. There isn't really a whole lot of depth here. There isn't any philosophical themes being explored. The movie is a simple thriller that wants to tell an engaging story and does just that. Simple, straightforward, well executed movie overall.